How's it, fellow traders? Today I'm going to talk about support and resistance. Now, everybody seems to have their own idea when it comes to how you should measure Forex support and resistance. But picture this. You are standing on the first floor of a two-story building. Now, the floor that you're standing on, that's your support. Now, you jump and you hit your head against the very short ceiling, which is the resistance. And you fall back to the floor, which is the support. Now you look up and you see this big old crack in the ceiling and think, okay, cool, I'm going to jump through that. You put on a helmet and you take a huge leap into the air. You bust through the ceiling, which is your resistance, and you land on the second story's floor. Now the ceiling that was the resistance on the first floor now became the support on the second floor. Now that's how Forex support and resistance work. At support, buyers will climb into the market and they will push price up again. Now they will be putting their take profits at that resistance area. Now sellers will be waiting at the resistance area to place their sell orders. Now once price comes into that resistance area, buyers will take their profit and they will climb out of the market. And then the sellers will climb in and they will push the price back down again, putting their take profits at the support area. Now, support and resistance is not just when price is in consolidation, meaning that price will run sideways. It can be in a bullish or in a bearish trend. Now, looking at the diagram below, you can see that this is a zigzag pattern and it's making its way up. It's a bullish market. When the price moves up and then pulls back, the highest point reached before it pulled back, that's the resistance now. Like I've mentioned before, resistant levels indicate where there's a surplus of sellers. So they will be pushing the price down. And when the price continues up again, the lowest point reached before it started back is now the support. Now support levels indicate where the surplus of buyers is. Now in this way, support and resistance are continually forming as the price moves up and down over time. Then obviously the reverse is true during a downtrend. Now let's go to the charts and you can see how I draw my support and resistance and also where I'll be looking at entering the market. Okay guys, now looking at the charts, we can see clearly that the buyers are in control. What they are doing is they are pushing the price up, and this time we will be looking at putting a resistance line somewhere at the top here. We will be looking for some kind of a confirmation that the sellers are climbing into the market, some candle confirmation, and this is exactly the area that we will be looking at putting our first resistance line. If the market was in a downtrend, we would be looking at putting a support line somewhere. So let's just follow what price is doing. Price is still heading up and still heading up. Let me just take away my cursor there. Buyers still in control. Buyers looks like it's losing momentum a little bit, and boom, right there. Sellers climbs into the market. They've got a bit of it looks like an evening star formation, and this is exactly where we will be putting our first resistance line. I draw my lines using my horizontal line tool. The reason for that is that when you draw this resistance line, or be it a support line or whatever, you can see down the line, be it in a couple of days or weeks time, that price will go and respect those support and resistance lines again. It happens all the time, and that is why I like just drawing my lines straight through the charts and just keeping those lines there for, just for reference sake. And just this is the areas that I would like to look at placing my orders, be it a buy or sell. So here we can see that the sellers climb into the market, the buyers push the price up, the sellers were waiting in this resistance area. The buyers would put their take profits there, they take their profits, sellers will climb into the market and push the price down. So now the next step that we will be waiting for is where the buyers will climb back into the market to push the price up, and that is where we will be placing our support line. So let's see what happens with price as the sellers push the price down. We're waiting for a candle confirmation of some sorts where we can see that the buyers takes control, and right there it looks like a bit of a bullish engulfing. And again, this is where I take my horizontal line tool and I would draw my support line. Now you can also see that I don't draw my lines at the end to where the highest the price went. I draw my lines where price closed out of the bullish market or bullish trend, and at the same at the bottom where the sellers climbed out of the market and the bulls climbed in. That is where I draw my line at the close of price. So now we've got our support and we've got our resistance. Now, as we spoke about earlier in this video, you're standing on support, you jump to the ceiling, which is your resistance, you fall to the floor, which was support. So now we're going to jump again because it's a huge crack, and we're going to try and jump through that support, or through this resistance, sorry, and that resistance eventually will become support again, unless it just turns the opposite direction and falls through the floor to create another support at the bottom. So let's see what the buyers that climbed into the market now, what they were doing, and boom, right there, broke through the ceiling, which was the resistance, and they pushed the price up again. So now that this resistance turned support, we will now be waiting for where the buyers climbed into the market. They broke through the resistance. Now we will obviously be waiting for another area of resistance, because they could the sellers will climb into the market. They will either push price back to the support where price will be rallying up again, or price could fall back down to that area of the bottom support. So let's see what happens. Buyers still in control, they're pushing the price up again, but you can also see that price, or the buyers, are losing steam, they're losing momentum. There's a lot of pressure from the top. That's the reason for these long wicks, as the sellers are starting to pressure the buyers in the market, because they want to start climbing in. And right there, that's exactly where the sellers climb into the market. So this is the next area that we will put our resistance in. So what happened was the buyers climbed into the market. They put their take profits up here by the support, the resistance area. They take their profits. Sellers were waiting here. They were starting to push the buyers out of the market because the buyers were losing steam. That's why we get this long wick. And then the sellers climbed in. So they start pushing price back down. So what happens is there's now two scenarios, two places or two scenarios where I would look at putting my my orders in. I would look at this support level to put a buy order in. For when price gets to this area, I will place a buy order, and with a tight stop loss, and just to see if buyers will push the price up, or I would wait until when price gets to this point, I would wait to see if price breaks through, and then place a buy order at the bottom, where I will definitely be waiting for the buyers, or the buyers will definitely be waiting to push the price up again. So let's see what happens in this scenario. You can see here that the sellers pushed the price up. The buyers wanted to push the price back up again. Sellers, it was almost like an indecision move there. Sellers pushing the price down, and they're trying to push it down. The buyers trying to climb into the market, this being a support area. So this is becoming a power struggle of who's got the most oomph in the market. And the very next candle, we can see that just so much selling pressure from the top that pushed the price right through the support down to the bottom support. Now this support became resistance now again. So now we're looking at the support, and this is the area that we will be waiting for, and we will be placing a buy order here because we know that the buyers will be waiting at the support area. As we could see here, if we just look a little bit left, we could see that the buyers a couple of days before was waiting there to push the price up. So we would expect that there's more buyers waiting on this side just to push price back up again. So here we can see right there, buyers climbed into the market. As we can see also, I mean, the sellers were losing steam from the start here, and they were losing steam, and the buyers just climbed into the market, and poof, they shot, price shot up, they pushed price up back to where it came from. So again, buyers climbs into the market, push price up, they will put their take profits by the resistance area at the top, because this resistance area became null and voided, and became a support area once the price broke through. So now another sell opportunity awaits for us at the top here, where we will be waiting for the price to reach this area of resistance, where we will be putting a sell order in place, where, as if we look to the left, as a couple of days before, the sellers will be waiting as well, and we will be waiting there for them, and just to push the price back down again. Here we can see sellers climbed into the market. Now, in most cases, when price breaks a resistance or a support, price will come back to retest that area. And I just want to take the the top resistance away. If price breaks through a support or resistance, this is another good area or a good buy or sell opportunity. In this case, what I would do is I would be waiting for this retest and then place a buy order right here for the up, because I know that price is going to that resistance area at the top. So as soon as price breaks through and it comes and retests that area, I will put a buy order in, and on this move, being it a daily time frame, there's a lot of pips that you can play with or gain on this buy order. So you put a buy in there, and that between the support and resistance is already around about a 90 pip move. So let's see what happened. So basically, like we predicted, the price shot back up again. It was just a retest on the support that it broke through, or the resistance that broke through that came support. It was just a retest. We're still waiting. Now we've put a buy order in here. Price pushing up. We put our take profits up at the top here with a 90 pip take profit. And when price hits this area, we will be waiting for a sell opportunity for price to move down again. And right there, as you can see, price moved up. It actually broke that area and it pulled back quite drastically. The reason for that was the buyers, the price opened, the buyers were in control, and the sellers were just overpowering the buyers, and they pushed the price way back down again. So guys, this is exactly how we draw the support and resistance lines. I mean, you need to practice this. You need to draw this. A good tip I can give you is try not to draw your support and resistance lines on the lower time frames. Try to stay away from the 15 and the 5 and the 1 minutes. You know, for me, drawing support and resistance lines, I purely focus on the 4 hour, the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. Those are very accurate time frames to draw your support and resistance lines. But I mean, for me, practice makes perfect. And I want you guys to practice it and practice it. And yeah, just leave your comments, in this video. If you've got questions, leave it. I'll try and answer it. And yeah, I want you to like this video. I want you to subscribe to this channel. And yeah, stay tuned there's some more videos coming your way. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Happy trading.